Welcome to Come, Follow Me. Primary kids, this week we'll cover the lesson called Stand Firm and See the Salvation of the Lord, covering Exodus chapters 14 through 18. Let's begin. In Exodus 14 through 18, we're going to read a very special story about the people of Israel. They were in a tough spot, chased by Pharaoh's army, but the Lord performed a miracle by parting the Red Sea so they could escape. After being freed, the people continued their journey through the desert, where they faced new challenges like lack of water and food. Even so, the Lord took care of them and gave them everything they needed. We'll also see how God helped them defeat their enemies and how Moses received counsel to better organize the people. As we read, we can pay attention to how the Lord guides and helps His people in every situation. Now let's look at each story in detail. When the Israelites reached the Red Sea, they were trapped. The sea was in front and Pharaoh's army was behind them. The fear was overwhelming because there seemed to be no way out. Then Moses told them not to be afraid because the Lord would fight for them. At that moment, God performed a great miracle. He parted the Red Sea and the people crossed on dry ground. Then the waters returned and the Egyptian army was stopped. Seeing what the Lord had done, the Israelites sang a hymn of praise, acknowledging His power and thanking Him for their deliverance. This story teaches us that even when everything seems impossible, God can open paths where we don't see them. He has the power to help us in our most difficult moments, and when we trust in Him, we can see great things in our lives. During their journey through the desert, the Israelites faced very difficult situations. On one occasion, they arrived at a place called Marah, but the water they found was bitter and they couldn't drink it. The people began to complain, but the Lord showed Moses what to do. He told him to throw a tree into the water, and miraculously the water became sweet and they could drink. Later, the people were thirsty again, but this time there was no water at all. Once more, they worried and complained to Moses. Then the Lord commanded him to strike a rock with his staff, and water flowed out enough for all the people. Both times the Lord met His people's need in miraculous ways, even when the situation seemed impossible. These stories teach us that God knows our needs and has the power to help us. Though we sometimes face difficult or bitter moments, He can provide for us and open paths where we don't see them. In the wilderness, the Lord gave the Israelites manna from heaven so they could eat each day. He told them to gather only what was needed for that day, teaching them to trust Him constantly. The manna couldn't be stored for many days. They had to go out every morning to gather it. Only on the Sabbath day were they prepared in advance. This taught them to depend on the Lord daily. Just as manna fed their bodies, the Lord also offers us spiritual food every day. We can receive it through prayer, the scriptures, and by listening to His word. This story teaches us that our spiritual strength doesn't come from something we do once, but from what we do each day as we draw near to God. Moses spent all day helping the people, listening to their problems and making decisions. From morning till night he attended to everyone by himself, and the people had to wait a long time while Moses grew more and more tired. When Jethro, his father-in-law, came and saw all this, he realized it wasn't good for Moses to do everything alone. So he gave him some wise advice. He told him to teach the people God's laws and to choose capable, trustworthy men to help him judge the smaller matters while he handled the most important ones. Moses listened to Jethro's advice and put it into practice. This way, the work became more organized, the people were better served, and Moses didn't get so exhausted. This story teaches us it's important to listen to good advice and understand we don't have to do everything alone. When we trust others and work as a team, burdens become lighter and everything works better. When the people of Israel fought against Amalek, Moses climbed to the top of a mountain carrying the staff of God in his hands. From there he watched the battle. Something very special happened. While Moses kept his arms raised, Israel had the advantage, but when he got tired and lowered them, Amalek began to prevail. As the battle went on, Moses' arms grew heavy and he couldn't hold them up alone anymore. So Aaron and Hur, who were with him, decided to help. They found a stone for Moses to sit on so he wouldn't tire as much, and then each stood on either side of him. One held up one arm and the other held up the other, keeping them steady and raised throughout the battle until sunset. Thanks to their help, Moses' arms stayed up the whole time and the people of Israel defeated Amalek that day. This story teaches us that we all need help sometimes, and that we can also help others. When we support one another, our burdens become lighter. In this lesson, we saw how the Lord showed his power by parting the Red Sea and saving his people in an impossible moment. We also learned that although the Israelites faced difficulties like lack of water and food, God provided for them and turned the bitter into something good. We saw that he fed them daily with manna, teaching them to trust him each day and that God's work is done best when we help one another. Finally, we understood that Jesus Christ is our living water, our bread of life, and our rock, who sustains us and gives us everything we need. This was the class of the week. It's trivia time. Let's test what you know. What did the Lord do to help the Israelites escape Pharaoh's army? A. He sent fire from heaven. B. He opened the Red Sea. C. He stopped Pharaoh with wind. D. He made them invisible. Correct. God can open paths when there seems to be no way out. What special food did the Lord give the Israelites in the desert? A. Bread and fish. B. Grapes. C. Manna. D. Lamb meat. Very good. The Lord teaches us to trust him every day. What did Moses do to make the bitter water at Marah sweet? A. He prayed all night. B. He struck the water with his staff. C. He waited for it to change on its own. D. He threw a tree into the water. Correct. God can turn bitterness into something good. What advice did Jethro give Moses? A. To rest for several days. B. To stop helping the people. C. To choose people to help him. D. To return to Egypt. Very good. Working as a team makes everything easier. Let's raise the stakes a bit, so call your whole family. What happened when Moses raised his hands during the battle against Amalek? A. Israel won the battle. B. The enemy fled. C. Fire fell from heaven. D. The battle stopped. Correct. With God's help, we can overcome. What does manna represent in our lives today? A. Only physical food. B. Material wealth. C. Rules for the people. D. Daily spiritual food. Very good. Drawing close to God every day gives us strength. How many did you get right? Tell us in the comments.
This week we're learning to draw Moses parting the sea. And today Romina's joining us. How are you, Romy? Very good. For this drawing, you'll need a pencil, marker, or pen. You'll also need a white sheet of paper. And you'll also need crayons or colored markers. This week, we're learning the story of when Moses finally left Egypt. So we're going to learn how to draw Moses opening the Red Sea. Let's begin. I'll do it first, then you follow me, okay? Okay, let's start by forming Moses' face. We'll make 2 lines like this, one here and one on this side. Leave enough space for Moses' little face. Now inside we'll make the nose, which will be like a hook. On each side of the nose, we'll put a little dot for the eyes. Here I'm going to switch pens. Let's try to make them nice and round. And we'll add some expression lines because remember in the story Moses was already old. So we put lines below and to the side of the eyes. Very good. We're going to raise his eyebrows a little because he's also amazed by the miracle that just happened. Very good. Now we're going to put his beard starting from here. We're going to start connecting it with the first lines we made, and now we're going to give the beard its length. We're going to go down. Remember, not too long, but a little. Now inside we're going to put a circle so we can see his little mouth. And so he looks surprised. We make this shape. It looks like he's going, oh. Okay, now we put an ear. Since he's looking a little to our left, we're only going to see one ear. On this side. We put a mark inside. And then we start with the hair. We're going to make irregular shapes like these. What's wrong, Romy? Did you get nervous giggles? Yes, it's okay. Very good, let's continue. Then we put the rest of the hair that goes behind the ear, more or less to here. And on the other side, the same thing. Ready? Now we're going to add the neck, which will be 2 slanted lines, and we close it with this shape. Very good. Now comes the interesting part, because we're going to make the arms raised. On this side, from this corner we make this shape like a square. On this side, we're also going to make a line slightly slanted and upward. Very good. Now we're going to bring this line down to form the sleeve of the tunic. We don't close it yet. And on this side we do the same. Okay, so far it doesn't look like much, but we're going to give it shape. From here, we bring the line down to start forming the torso. We make a little curve and continue downward. Ready? On the other side, the same thing. We're going to make a little curve and continue all the way down. Very good. Now we're going to add, to give a little more volume to the body, a line that's going to come down to here, which will be the rest of the tunic, and on the other side too. We're going to add to these two curves. We marked a bow or a belt to make our drawing look better. We add some wrinkles to the tunic like these. Some stitching, for example, some X's over here. Very good. Some dotted lines for the tunic. Very good, Romy. Now comes the part that might be a bit trickier, the hands, because on one side she has to be holding a staff. So here's what we'll do. First, we'll make a thumb like this. If you don't have much space, no worries. And then, before we finish the hand, we'll start with the staff, which will be about this size. It doesn't have to be perfect, since it was like wood. I don't imagine it was very elaborate. And then we'll put part of the hand on this side. To keep it simple, we'll do it like this without drawing the fingers, just as a curve. And then we bring the staff down. You can make it whatever length you want. I want it to go almost to the bottom of the page. And then inside we'll add some little lines like these, so it looks like wood. We close off the hand shape here. Ready? And now we'll start finishing the rest of the tunic. We'll add some marks here. And then over here, to make the tunic look a bit fuller, a line. We can fill that in with black. It's like the back part of the robe that you see. From this side, we move to the other side. Let's draw his hand extended. Five fingers, I lost count. There it is. However they turn out, no worries. And we just finished the curve of the tunic on this side. Same thing, we put a line here and fill it in. And some lines like these, so it looks like the fold of the elbow here. And we're almost done. Now, just to show the C being parted in two, let's make some lines like these in here on this side and on this side. This will be our C. And now let's add some very simple final details. For example, here we can put a jellyfish, which is shaped like a little pancake. And we're going to add here, what are they? Tentacles? I don't know what they are. And then we add the little eyes and a mouth like this because our jellyfish is going to be surprised too. Her eyebrows, and done. On this side, we can put maybe a starfish. We make the star shape, doesn't have to be perfect, same with her eyes and little dots here. And done. We could add some little bubbles inside. We'll color those in a bit, and there's our Moses. Very good. What did you think, Romy? Good. Fun? Yes, I liked it. Very good. Let's fill it with color then. And that's our drawing of Moses parting the sea. What did you think, Romy? I thought it was really pretty. It's a reminder of what we learned in Come Follow Me this week. And as always, we hope you had as much fun as we did. Remember, you can send us your drawing to vensigamaprimaryasud@gmail.com. See you next time.
Thanks for drawing with us this week. We're sending shoutouts to
Ethan y Laila Hobson, de Rexburg, en Estados Unidos. Sail Ezequiel Valencia Cortés, desde Ecuador. Natasha Noemí Suárez, de Argentina. Ian, Axel y Arwen, del barrio Guadalquivir, Estaca Tabladita, en Tarija, Bolivia. Adler y Kaori Herrera, desde Colombia. Bianca Arenas, de Dallas, Texas. Yariana Evangeline Menchú, del barrio Pico de la Estaca La Libertad, en El Salvador. Julieta Pinochet, del barrio Mirador, Estaca Los Cerrillos, en Chile. Jimena Ishiana, del barrio San Vicente, Estaca San Miguelito, en Panamá. Melissa y Ketlen González, de la Estaca Azul, Fortaleza, en Brasil. Juan Cristóbal Rojas, desde el barrio Brasil, Estaca Renca, en Chile. Matías Maldonado, del barrio Anaco, Estaca El Tigre, en Venezuela. Luciano Chape, del barrio Lucich, en la estaca Maldonado, Uruguay. Emily Jeffrey Richard Darling, estaca Yopango, barrio Las Cañas. Kailet Mosiah y Tiago, desde Ecuador, de la rama Sibimbe. Iliana Lecky Maldonado de la Torre, desde Ecuador. Steven de Guatemala. Antonio y Alejandro Fuero Zárate, de la rama Huancavelica en Perú. Sofía y Amelia Viera Carvajal, desde Uruguay. Lucía Vilorio, desde Honduras, Tegucigalpa. Josefa Zurita, de Chile. Israel Yagual y Celine, desde Ecuador, barrio Santa Elena 3. Emma y Suri Hernández, del barrio Vista Hermosa, estaca Atlixco. Emiliano de la Vega, de la estaca San Miguel, de Santiago, Chile. Eva y Ander Piñaventura, del barrio Madero, estaca Atlixco, en Puebla. Airam Miguel Vallejo, del barrio Villafranca, en España. Andrea Espinal y Sofía Orantes, de Honduras, Tegucigalpa. Michelle Aburto, del barrio Yungay, en la estaca Huelén, en Santiago de Chile. Ángel Damián Ramos, del barrio Vicente Guerrero, en la estaca Chalco, en el Estado de México. Catalina Rivas, de Arequipa, Perú. Aarón Sandoval, de Utah. Ainara Valeria de la Torre Leiva y Alondra Danet de la Torre Leiva, del barrio Elche, en España. Elisapeta de la rama Río Colorado, en Arizona. Patrick Liam Tagüite Rivas y Meredith Saraí Tagüite Rivas, del barrio Las Margaritas, en la estaca Milagro, en Guatemala. Tiare Andrade, de Honduras, en la estaca Villanueva, barrio Villanueva. Las hermanitas Sea Ramos, de Guatemala. Emma y Abraham Cubas, del barrio Almendros, estaca Mérida, en el centro de Mérida, Yucatán. Evolet Mateo y Anaí Cabrera. Ainara Salvatierra, de Costa Rica. Iker, desde Tepic, Nayarit. Caleb Arauz, de Ecuador, Quito. Santiago Hernández, del barrio Anenecuilco, en Morelos. Manuela Alcalá, de Venezuela. Aaron Condori, en Argentina. Kalieska y Kanisha, de la rama Chancay, en Perú. Almendra Silva, de la estaca Mendoza, Argentina, barrio Plumarillo 1. Maya Elizabeth Quiñones, desde el barrio Obrera, estaca Posadas. Camila, Lorenzo y Sebastián. Sebastián, Daniela y Santiago, del barrio Unión Cívica, en la estaca Juan Montalvo, en Guayaquil, Ecuador. Y Feangie Johnson, desde Guatemala. Olivia Mella, del barrio 13, en Montevideo, Uruguay.
Thanks for drawing with us this week, and remember, if your drawing didn't appear, don't worry, it'll probably be in the next video. See you next time.